Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my little chickens. How are you today? Well, I hope everything with you is glorious. Now, I know Baby Crone and I have not been on in a while. I know, but I told you I'm trying to make the house totally quiet. Why? Because so Baby Crone can study. She studies in complete quietness. So what do you mean? So like say I'm in the room minding my own business. My TV is up. You know my TV is up a little loud. She says it's this distraction. Why? Because she says she wants to come in and see what I'm looking at. So what I have to do, instead of me straining to listen, I just go quiet. And so what we're doing is I'm just allowing her 12 hours a day just to study with we just going through right now. Because Baby Crone failed the class and it triggered me so much. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes for Baby Crone to pass. So she's got 2 more tests. And that is today, and that test is what?
Anatomy.
And tomorrow is?
Physics.
So she's already did her calculus. Yes. She already did half of her anatomy, which was 1 credit, which I'm livid over. She failed. But anyway, did that hurt?
No, it did not.
No. Okay. So anyway, I was very angry over that. So I'm really putting in an environment where she can just study and not have any distraction. And since it's her and I pretty much, we don't have to really worry about noise. So this is what's going on. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be back to normal, in your face, reading cards and gossiping. And as a word, I am going to talk about this interview that we saw with the Kardashian with Chloe and Kim.
Yes.
And they was talking to this guru Indian guy. Who is he?
Jeff.
A judge or something. Well, I've been watching them and I really got some things that I really want to say on that.
Yes.
Remember, they talking spiritual. That's my language. So, I can see the pitfalls and see wherever it's going. So, anyway, we're going to talk with that. We're going to do an interview on that. So, look out for it. Okay? Okay. So, anyway, you know what this is. I'm going to tell you. The Housewives of Atlanta has been giving me life. They have been giving me life. They have been bringing it, baby.
Yes,
Go ahead.
It started off with drama. I was like, okay, this is the kind of season we're going to have.
Oh, my God. It's been giving me life. It's been giving me life. I can't speak for anybody else. But as for the Baby Crone and I, in this house, is giving us nothing but life.
Yes, jokingly enough, Real Housewives of Potomac found a way to creep their way in.
With that Candace.
Yes, and the Candy mentioning Portia's wedding.
Yes, come on. Yes.
So they're all intertwined.
They're intertwining it. Yes, I like that. Right. However, I don't want to judge. What was the John Brown Hickey Sticks that Candace called her up on the stage?
Yes, her and Drew.
Drew, did she know that? Don't she know Candace ain't gonna share her stage with you?
Yes.
You helped Candace with one of that little things she called you. I would have been
know
insulted.
What that was.
What was it?
I don't know.
I was so busy listening to pitch and it was over.
Yeah,
and
I thought we were doing a mic test at
all
first.
I heard was Candace.
Yeah. And Drew was a little pitchy.
Well, I didn't get to hear Drew because Candace. Drew, what the heck was that?
And she said she was just here to support her girl Candy.
You called me on your show to give recognition, and yet you ain't benefit from that. And I'm telling you, as a person that's in the audience, I was so busy wanting to hear you because you made it such a big deal that I really, you said you haven't sang and you were studying, and so you made me hot. I was hyped.
Yeah.
And then you and Candace, honestly, all I really heard was Candace.
Yeah.
What little bit I did hear of you, you can sing pretty nice. But I heard Candace, and I'm saying this. Don't you know that this is the Candace hour? Candace just eased her way to get another geographic.
Yeah,
you allowed her, and guess what? You ain't getting no play. No. You really didn't. Whatever the hell that was. She could have let you sing your single. She could have, but she stole the stove for herself. Candace was playing her music. You know how they don't play music? Candace was playing in the background. I said, oh, Candace is working.
Oh, yes.
And she used you if you asked my opinion. That was a soft use.
Yes, it was. And also, speaking of Candace, she had.
And let me say this one thing.
Okay.
It was a soft use because Candace took advantage of your thirstiness.
Oh, that
she
is
threw
true.
you not even a bone. She threw you a gristle. And I didn't like it. But you gotta understand that's Candace. It was in Candace's best interest for you to be on her show. You dimmy down your value. Because you should have sang the song.
Yeah, you really should have.
But you dimmy down yourself. Instead of speaking positive like your husband or your ex-husband or whoever he is, because we don't know where this at right now.
Yeah.
He was supporting you. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. And the one thing, Drew, you know you can sing.
Yes, that is true.
Period.
She does know that.
Nobody needs to tell you that. Go ahead.
Yes, and speaking of Candace, I want to mention she had her hair blowing in the wind a
Oh,
little
that
bit.
annoys baby.
Especially when somebody on the show mentioned that she looked like Beyonce up there on the stage.
And that's what Beyonce. At one time, Beyonce hair got caught up. We was at the show and Beyonce hair got caught up in that daggone fan. But Beyonce was still singing like, Lord help me. Oh, Beyonce hair got caught up. I was at Beyonce's show and her hair got caught up in that fan. So here, this old little tiny Mo out there trying to be a Beyonce. Her blonde hair blowing.
Yeah.
I can't with it.
And Kenya's blonde hair also made a reappearance in this episode again.
Kenya, you know I love you.
Who thought that was?
You know I love you, girl. But don't ever allow anybody to tell you to put that on again. Sometimes blonde just don't go good on everybody.
That is true.
You know, you got a beautiful mane on your head. Beautiful.
Yes.
Color, everything.
Mm-hmm.
This, what you was doing, that sandy, whatever that was, it did not. It matched, you just look, it made you look old. You looked old. You looked like you was a good 64, 65 years old. Don't do that to yourself. This is love, baby. Love. Don't do it.
Yes.
I'm serious. And I don't know why nobody ain't tell her. I'm telling you.
No idea.
No. I even tried to look at it again and my eyes couldn't stand it. I turned away and hard. I said, no!
Yes,
I can't. I couldn't.
It came back.
And you can trust me because I was 30 years as a hairstylist, worked 25 years. So I work with color and perms. So trust what I'm saying. This is from a professional. The color did not go with your skin. Go ahead.
Yes. And back to Drew, bringing it back to Atlanta a little bit more. Drew said that she sold a little over 30,000. No, she had about a little over 30,000 streams. And she was like, oh, that's good. And her husband was just like, yeah, for where we're starting. And then they had a little tit for tat because she was like, you could be promoting me more. So they had a little beef right there. I think
that Drew needs to be positive. Honestly, I have to say, she needs to believe in herself.
Yes, that is true.
You know, and I thought that Candace, who's your friend, you was too vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I think, Drew, you come off too thirsty as a poor me character. Yes. You need to stop it. You need to believe in yourself. You on the show, you've been on there for 2-3 years, something like that. You need to believe in yourself right now. I just think that it needs to stop with the poor me. I haven't this. This is my season. Then walk in it. You're a God-fearing woman, so you say you should walk in positivity all the time, especially when these cameras are on you. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. If you're gonna be about Christ, then be about it. Walk it, even if you don't believe it. But say it until you believe it. You know, because your husband look like he's trying to support you, and you're beating him up with it. It just don't look good, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. Sharia Montel, she's very happy to be with Montel. They've been together for 10 months.
Or so. However, my thing is, I wish Sheree nothing but the best. Sheree, be happy, be happy, be happy. However, one thing I am learning, just because a man is not abusive to you, but he's abusive to others, that's a problem. He was abusive. Now, however way he felt, he had no right to call her or see you next Tuesday. No. That is your friend. Yep. So if he says that about your friend, what would he say about you when he's angry? I know that these things don't make sense because they didn't make sense to me. But because I kept hearing the repetition, it's just like saying, I have a good kid. He's very good. He's nice at home, but he doesn't like other kids. That's That's a problem because he is cruel to other women, but he's nice to you. And because of that, you can't see it. So hopefully you two will never, ever have a beef. But that is not going to happen because that's not the real world. However, I like Montel, and I think he's planting the seed and he's doing the job, and you can't see it. Just remember, this man was married before, and just remember it was a scandal behind his name, and just remember that's who he is too. Okay? And do you know if he had counseling for his behavior? I don't know if he did, but these are the things you need to know. But you're so caught up, Sheree, and you caught up and you're not seeing. You need to chill. Just love on him, do you, but don't give so much, Sheree. Not right now. That's all I'm saying. Because already he failing with your friends.
Yes, that is very true.
That's important.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, if you didn't bring him around, you could stay on level 1. You was ready to take it to level 2. And he failed with one of your dearest.
Yes.
So you got to look at that. Even though where she was wrong, there was a lot of things. But he's a man. And he should never ever, even if it was a lie.
Right. And she doesn't even
And she said that she already knew. So if you already knew, you should have said, I already know. You should have never called them over there. You got part in that too.
Yes.
Because you said you already knew that she was going to do it. Then if you already knew, why did you make a big schism out of nothing? You could have said, oh, he already told me, but thank you. And that would have been it. Yeah. But you called them over there, not underestimating the circumstances. You thought he would take it lightly, but he didn't. And then he said it, but you denied that you didn't hear it because you didn't want to hear it. Because that meant you would have to deal with it. And right now, you're like, I want to walk straight. I want to look straight. I want to look pretty. I don't want to argue. I don't want to rock the boat. Because he is the answer to my dreams, Sweet Pea. That is what you're saying. Yeah. You didn't want to know. You didn't want to hear. He didn't. And when he said what he said to Kenya, he didn't say it as a muffle. No. He said it where anybody who was listening, he said it right by you. If anybody was listening, you would have heard it. Your face even paused, but you kept it moving. You didn't want to deal with it. And that's okay. Just recognize where you are. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Now, more family problems. Mama Joyce talks too much about Todd. And Candy doesn't do anything about it. Yet she wants her mom to respect the relationship.
I'm going to tell you what you do, Candy, because you don't want to hear the truth. Because of the way your folk ways, the way they raised you, sometimes you just got to cut mama off and put her in the back seat. Sometimes you just got to stop. I will not be a part of nothing that she's a part of. Until she learned you can't disrespect my husband. You and your husband marriage is teeter-tottering.
Yes.
Y'all don't need no more drama, and for the God's sake, enough with your mother talking about Todd. I don't even know Todd, and I'm sick of it. Enough already. And you need to put your foot down. And the only way you can do it is you're going to have to give examples. You're going to have to be about what you say. If you keep talking about it, I will not share stage with you, Mama. I will not film with you. I will not. I will not. I will not come to your love fest. I will not. And it's going to hurt me, but until you respect my husband, you can figure out something.
Yes, you can.
But you cannot allow this to go on and put your mother before your husband. Your priorities are jacked up, Candy. I love you, girl. This is coming out of love. I love you. But you can't, your priorities, you screwed up. You got your folk ways and your mother's running amok in your life. Your marriage is already on a teeter-totter. Hey, Todd, what's your name? Go ahead. You supposed to say, hey, Todd, I'm young.
Yeah, too old for me. Well, Marlo's earrings you wanted to briefly talk about. I think they said Alexander.
Stop
They were so big, I'm not even sure she could tilt her
like
head.
I said, this is such stop. This is turned into a fashion show overblown. Stop. And stop more, stop. Stop more, stop more, stop more. Up and stop. Just, it's up and it's up and it's up and stop. Because it's stuck. Stop.
Okay. Speaking of Marlo popped off at the very end on Drew, and this was, as the production said, this was 30 minutes after they had wrapped up finishing. And Marlo just felt like Drew was being insensitive.
I I felt that Drew was being insensitive.
Yes.
Because I don't think that Drew even acknowledged what she was saying.
Right.
You know, Drew just kept going on and, you know, being touchy-feeling.
Right.
But I don't think Drew really heard her.
No, she was just like, I understand because I also lost someone to a
Yeah, that's not what she needed. She needed you to stop and say, well, maybe we shouldn't talk about this because you're past it. Clearly, she's not.
Yeah.
And she's saying it to you, but you're not listening. You should have said, I understand. But you're like, I got over it. And you didn't say that, but you came off very insensitive. And Drew, like I said, you tend to do that a lot. And you, like, either you talk too much, you say too much, you just, you come off negative. You're a negative person, but you hide it behind positivity. In other words, you come off very negative. Listen to yourself. Even in your kindness, you're negative. But you don't know that you're negative because you think you're being kind. You're saying negative things. Do you receive what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're like, even though you're talking to Marlo and you, yes, but you're being negative. Why? Because you didn't stop to say, maybe this is not a good time. It was about, well, I've been there and I understand, and it's like you're not paying attention. You're self-absorbed. And maybe your husband has neglected you to the point where you don't even know it. Now, let me say this. I think it's something broken in you that you even sought your husband. It's something in you. However, you got a passive-aggressive nature.
Yes,
you come off very apologetic, very broken, very weak, very insecure. She does. But then you do like, I should have an example. Like when you set up at the table and you deliberately brought up candy shop.
Yes, you did.
You deliberately brought it up.
She did.
Out of nowhere.
And didn't even want to say the word shooty or nothing like that. She was like, do you want to address the story?
Knowing that would be a hot topic. But that's that passive aggressive
and
again.
that's why Marlo was coming back to her saying that why did you want to talk about it if you can't even say the words? And Drew was just like, I was just trying to be sensitive.
That passive aggressive, see what I'm saying? But you did. And this is what Drew does. But I see you, Drew. I read people and it's clear you have a passive aggressive nature and there is something inside of you that's angry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
She even did that with Candy on the phone when Courtney was in the background.
Go ahead.
She had called Candy up right after she had gotten the news about Candace, and Courtney left the room as soon as Drew said she was going to call Candy, but then while Candy was on the phone, she was just like, hey, I'm here with everybody, and then Courtney was kind of just like, hey, and then Candy was like, hi, is this what you called me for?
And here's another thing. Let me tell you. Now, I didn't know that when Candy and that new girl had an argument, Drew was behind that. Because Drew already had known. See, she's got that passive aggressive, and I'm telling you, girl, you got issues. And the thing is, either you have a split personality, but something inside of you is broken and you come off very aggressively to the women, but you do it in a humble way. It's like you come off like I'm real, like with but you play yourself. Like here's a time where you was being played by your own medicine. Oh, I can't sing good. I haven't did nothing. Somebody said, really? Oh, yeah. Well, come on my show. Yeah, and she played her music. She used you just like you do. See, everything you do to other people, it come right back. So the same thing that you do, and even though it looks so innocent, it does. It looks so innocent. But I see spirit, and I saw energy, and I saw that energy. Candace took advantage of that energy and made it work for herself. Okay?
Yes, she did.
She made it work for herself. Okay? And you, on the other hand, you play the women against each other and in their face. And oh, I didn't know. Oh, and all the time you the puppeteer. I see you and you hide behind that. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Ooh, forgive me. I didn't know. Girl, no. I wonder, is she the only girl? Was she the only girl of her mother?
I'm not sure.
Could you please just find that out? I just want to know, is she the only girl? Was she the only girl? This is important for me. Because I'm trying to figure where is that behavior coming from. It's like a mechanism of what you do to stay one up of somebody that you always out thinking, outdoing, out trying to achieve. It's like you in competition, and if it's a sister or a sibling, I'm trying to figure out where is the pathology in this coming from. Because you don't even know you're doing it. This is why this is really bad. Did she?
I'm still trying to find that out.
Okay, is there something else on the next note? Can you multitask while you're doing that? Uh-oh, she scratched her head. She said, I don't know if I could do two things at
Because
once.
I'm just like, we covered all our points.
No, well, okay, good. Then I just wanted to know that.
Yeah, that was like...
I just want, you know, if you can't find it, it's okay. Because I was just trying to see the pathology of that. Because she doesn't even know she's doing it. Mm-hmm. And for that, I give her a pass. Because she doesn't even know. You could tell she's not. It's like she snaps into a different personality, but she doesn't know she's doing it. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it thinks to me. So anyway, she can't find it.
Sorry.
Lord have mercy. I don't know. Do Drew Isadora have siblings? I don't even understand why you just didn't type that in. That's simple. That she just doesn't think sometimes the simple things.
She has 5 siblings.
How many sisters?
Looks like 3, maybe 2.
And where's she fall?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
I wonder if she's in the middle. I don't think she's the oldest. I could be wrong. I would like to know where she is, because when you're talking about, you say she had 3 sisters, including herself.
Yeah, herself will make 3. We have Allison and Christina, and
It doesn't matter. Whatever. She had 3 sisters or 4.
2.
But you don't
3.
know where she fall.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is she the oldest? Just find that. Where does she fall with her sisters if she's the oldest? That's it. Just make the question simple. That way we could just get to it. I don't know what Baby Crone does when just simple questions. She always got to make them so elaborate and we get stuck. What did it say?
Didn't give me a direct
Well,
answer.
I don't know. We'll find that answer. That's
She's
something.
not the oldest.
I knew that.
It said that she was giving birthday wishes to the best big sister. So
Right,
she's not
so
the
I
oldest.
know that she wasn't the oldest. So she's probably in the middle, if not the baby. And so I could see that constant need for attention. That constant need to play one sister out of the other. To, at a dysfunctional family, the police mom. I could see that. Or the police dad. And for whatever reason, it was like she really think that she had her mom's attention. I mean, her dad. But a lot of times you can have your dad's attention, but you want your mom attention. And if you get your mom attention, then you want your dad attention. And it just seems like their family was split. Some was favored of the moms and some was favored of the dads. And it just seems like she was more favored of the dad, but she was always graveling to complete for that mom. That's what it looks like from my vantage point. I just got to dig in that a little bit more. But I definitely see a problem with Drew. I definitely see it. Very competitive.
Think she needs tarot reading?
Maybe, yes, maybe, but not right now because I know you have to take a test. So
Yes.
anyway, I'm sorry I spent a little bit of time on Drew, but she really did stand out for me because I really see cracks in her jaw. I really see, like you see a vase, beautiful, but you see where it's cracked and it's got cracks in it, and you see where she tried to, it's gilded. It's gilded. And I see it. And I see that it's so entrenched in her she doesn't even know that it's there. And that explains to me why she would marry her husband. This is so deep. But anyway, that's all we have, Baby Crone, right?
Yes.
I'm stuck on Isadora. Get me out. Come on, get me out. Take me out.
All right. Well, with that being said, my little crones, munchkins, and chickens.
Couldn't say no better.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode recap of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 3 of season 15.
It's been dynamic. Come on and
Yes.
join. It's been dynamic.
Good eat and nice.
Good eat. Good eat. It has been action-filled. It's giving you a lot. They all bringing it. I love it. And somehow or another, just as a word, they seem like they really going for Candy. It seems like they really going to knock her kingdom down. And I hope they don't succeed. If Candy can stay in, if Candy can stay until the show ends, that's a monument to Candy to be able to stay in there. You hang in there, Candy. Hang in there. Don't let these other people that come from the north and the south and the east winds and the west winds to try to blow it down. You hang in there as long as you can. You and Kenya and Cherie, y'all hang in there. I'm serious about that, and that's my read. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really good. I loved it. And we wishing baby Crone good luck, send her good energy on her two final exams. And with that, stay blessed. Sunflowers.